Boxing geniuses have given their stunning ringside responses to Anthony Joshua getting taken out by Daniel Dubois, set for 12 adjusts. The heavyweight conflict finished in the fifth. Dubois held his IBF heavyweight title in the wake of conveying an unequivocal right-hand knockout to Joshua's jaw before the last blow. Joshua had been thumped down multiple times with this triumph. Dubois presently looks forward to a possible standoff with the victor of the December 21st session between Andrew Usyk and Tyson Rath. From the initial chime, plainly Dubois had accompanied a forceful blueprint. Joshua, who many saw as the most loved, wound up on the safeguard of early battling to maintain with Dubois' constant tension and power. It was obvious that Joshua was in hot water. Dubois released a last smashing right hand that landed neatly on Joshua's jaw, taking him unconscious and finishing the battle up. Michael Benson of TalkSport underlined the size of the occasion, tweeting 96,000 at Wembley Arena for Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. The new English confining participation record the environment the arena was electric and the unparalleled group simply added to the greatness of the night. Veteran battle sports columnist Kevin Isle rushed to bring up the difficulty Joshua was in early tweeting, walloping AJ and AJ reeling around the ring. This was a typical opinion among those looking as Joshua seemed to battle with Dubois' power from the outset. Later, Isle tweeted again, taking note of the seriousness of the circumstance for Joshua. AJ is in super terrifying and he's down at the ringer. He's on all fours. Ariel Helvani, quite possibly of the most perceived name in battle sports media, communicated worry for Joshua's condition, tweeting, "Bad dreams start for AJ Dubois up 2017 after 2. AJ shook from the get-go in the first and wrecked toward the finish of the primary. Feels like he hasn't recuperated. Legs aren't there to do battling the battle of his life." Helwani's editorial featured the staggering beginning from Dubois, which left Joshua unfit to recover his balance. All through the battle, Brian Campbell of CBS Sports caught the show of the principal round knockout, tweeting, "Down goes AJ in cycle 1. Dubois came out gunslinging his feeling, repeated what many were seeing and engaged, and decided Dubois, who wouldn't let the open door, got past him." Boxing Examiner Kosa concisely portrayed Dubois' sharp execution, noticing Dubois finding his punches quite simple early. Obviously, Dubois experienced no difficulty to rival his power shots, and Joshua had minimal in the method of a response. Web-based entertainment force to be reckoned with, and VIP fighter Jake Paul ringed in, expressing, "Wow, Dubois going off the deep end. Joshua looks level and ungraceful." Paul's response reflected the considerations of many, looking as Joshua showed up strangely slow and somewhat off from the start. The actual knockout turned into the discussion of the night, with responses flooding in from all sides of the boxing scene. Chris Manx, a games writer for Sports Represented, was left in stunningness of the end, tweeting, "What a fantastic completion. AJ lands a straight right, wobbles to his legs, races into follow-up, and gets evened out with a straight right hand that takes him out." While Mix's breakdown typified the sensational ebb and stream of the last minutes, as Joshua had momentarily made progress just to be taken out minutes after the fact. Brian Campbell tweeted again, "Dubois is looking like revived World Mixer. He's a destroying ball right presently. Throw mind in lobby." One more conspicuous figure in battle sports reporting stressed the force and flightiness of the battle, saying, "This battle is insane. It was speed and power, 96,000 hanging clashed on each punch. The knockdowns, AJ enduring the refs' flighty ways of behaving, Connor standing and eating his stogie in each key shot. Mindenhall caught the mayhem and profound exciting ride that had the group nervous over the course of the night." Character Evan Korn found Dubois' triumph rousing, tweeting, "Daniel Dubois ought to be a motivation to each youthful, capable contender who has experienced a misfortune. What a story." This feeling was reverberated by a larger number of people in the boxing local area, who saw Dubois' triumph as a demonstration of diligence and development after mishaps in any event. In closing, legend Teddy Mapbook weighed with his philosophical interpretation of the battle, tweeting, "Question I asked several days addressed is all the more remarkable. The desire of a man who accepts, or the expertise of Joshua will beats ability." Map Book's remark mirrors the general story of the battle. Dubois' will and assurance eventually won over Joshua's specialized expertise and experience. Addicts tweeted, "Daniel Dubois drops Anthony Joshua on different occasions in transit to the Fierce Co. before 96,000 fans. Anthony Joshua expecting to recover his position in the heavyweight division after past misfortunes, experienced another loss. Dubois guaranteed triumph with a fifth-round knockout before a stuffed Wembley horde of 96,000, thumping Joshua down multiple times prior to handling the last punch. Joshua told Downey when asked what turned out badly, "I had a sharp rival and quick rival, and furthermore, a ton of slip-ups from my end concerning Dubois. I'm a combatant, he told Daroni when gotten some information about getting injured by Joshua. Not long before he conveyed the knockout blow, I'm a champion as far as possible. As far as possible, Joshua was on target to get a possible expected coordinate against the victor of the December 21st session between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Rage. Anyway, Dubois now pursues that open door in the wake of working on his record to 213. Joshua, who had won 4 sequential battles, experienced his first loss in quite a while, dropping to 284 in cycle 1. The two warriors came out quick trading pokes. Dubois handled a strong right and pushed forward forcefully while Joshua continued to flick his hit. Accordingly, Dubois, the more self-assured of the two, drove with a body shot, and the warriors began to get tied up. Dubois dashed in behind a hit, however, was cautioned for driving with his head. Then he handled a devastating overhand right, sending Joshua to the material. Joshua returned to his feet similarly as the 10-count finished, bailed out by luck. A dangerous round for Dubois, scoring 10-8. Came areas of strength for out punches with two hands. Joshua ended up in a difficult situation, supported against the ropes and clutching Dubois, maybe to remain upstanding. Dubois handled one more shot, and Joshua seemed unstable. Dubois circled back to a progression of hits, yet Joshua figured out how to counter with his very own coupled UIs. Momentarily eased back, resting on his hit prior to interfacing with a right hand. Joshua answered with his very own right appearance, indications of something going on under the surface. Score: Dubois 20, Joshua 17. In cycle 3, Joshua looked a piece more keen, yet Dubois immediately shut in, causing more harm. Dubois seemed prepared to complete it, shooting 2 hits and barely missing a right hand. Joshua tossed an overhand right, however missed, then scored with 3 pokes, lighting the group regardless of this. Dubois stayed the assailant a rival, one more left hand detecting an open door. Dubois released a blast of punches, sending Joshua to the material. Similarly, as the ringer rang, Joshua got to his feet, and the ref permitted the battle to proceed with score: Dubois 30, Joshua 25. In cycle 5, Joshua searches for a major right hand, realizing he needs to hurt Dubois, and he does. However, similarly, as energy swings, Joshua goes down again, mind-blowing. Dubois hurt fires back, and Joshua stirs things up around town again. It's over. Dubois wins by knockout. Conor McGregor was among the superstars in participation, spotted with a stogie in his mouth as he waved to the group in front of the headliner. Likewise present were Child Flavor, Emma Bunton of Zest, Young Ladies Distinction, and boxing stars Tyson Rath, Tommy Fierceness, and Terrence Crawford. Tyson Rage showed up before the expected time, taking a ringside seat and sharing his experiences on the profoundly expected Joshua Dubois confrontation. Rath told Daroni, "I see them going to thump the exploitive out of one another. It will be a decent battle. I'm anticipating it in spite of." His celebrity seat Fierceness said it's better at home, watching them on the television. "I could have a couple of Diet Cokes, 2 or 3 sandwiches, kissing me spouse with this triumph." Daniel Dubois has solidly laid down a good foundation for himself as one of the top names in the heavyweight division. His knockout success over Anthony Joshua got his IBF heavyweight title, as well as situated him as a serious competitor for the undisputed title. Du now focuses on a likely standoff with the champ of the exceptionally expected Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Rath, battle booked for December 21st for Joshua. The misfortune brings up issues about his future in the game, once thought to be one of the most prevailing heavyweights of his age. Joshua's loss on account of Dubois has started discussions about whether he can recover his previous brilliance, or on the other hand, in the event that this denotes the start of the end for his story vocation.